What's up, fellow Shadow Priests? Today we are talking about some RPS gameplay. I've gotten a lot of requests for this video, and I'm happy to provide because it's one of my favorite comps to play. I got rank 1 as this comp last season, and it really wasn't even that good then, and I also have gotten Gladiator as it in other expansions, so historically these classes have a lot of great synergy, and we're going to talk about why that is. So, just starting off at gear. I'm playing the Twins Legendary, actually. I kind of like it for Assassin Rogues. They benefit a lot of... They benefit from having more haste, so giving your rogue PI and giving it to you at the same time can create some crazy pressure. A couple things you got to be aware of, though, against purge teams, not always the best move. Against this team, they have one purge, and it's only from the priest, so I'm going to be looking to use it while the priest is CC'd to try to get max value out of that. I'm going to toss on a Battle Master trinket, too, just because I'm afraid that this team can randomly one-tap me with wings and avatar if I get kicked. Just want to be safe, and yeah, pretty much... BM is played every game at a high level just for survivability and extending the game to create win conditions for your team, although I do like the damage from the proc trinket. I am running swap here as well just because this team hasn't really targeted me that much and I didn't get any value out of Driven or Void Origins before. So let's hop into the matchup a little bit here. The opener, it's just going to depend on positioning. We've killed the Ret many times. He's usually our main kill target, but when the Priest throws himself out here in the middle of the map, that's going to open up a nice kill opportunity for us. So ideally, we're going to have some kind of CC on these other two targets, whether it's the Rogue sapping one and then me stunning the other, or maybe my Shaman rooting or hexing. We just kind of got to work that out ahead of time. So I'm going to look to stun the warrior here. There is a slight miscommunication here. I thought we were going Ret, so I actually fear the priest off the sap, which is really bad. We kind of decided to go priest last minute here. Something we will definitely clean up the next game. So my globals, I give my rogue PI, hence because the priest is CC'd, he can't dispel. I'm going to pop into void form here. I should have stunned this warrior very early. Like, I stun him, but look, he gets the intervene off, and that's what we don't want to happen. The warrior has so many peels. He has intervene, disarm, banner, rally, fear. All those things can shut down a kill. Luckily, the Ret trinketed the sap and sacked the priest. So we got what we wanted. At this point, I should have kind of pulled back and stopped applying the pressure. I go for a DR silence here, which is really bad because he... First of all, he has sack, so he's not going to take that much damage anyways. But second of all, he has this consecration aura, which is going to make silence reduced anyways. So this is just really a colossal waste of silence by me. All good, though. We're going to learn from our mistakes like good players. Speaking of mistakes, my Shaman hexes himself. That's super sketchy. We'll slow it down here again just to take a look at the positioning. We always want to spread out versus these two classes. When they pop wings and avatar, they're going to force, say they force my rogue trinket, right? He's going to vanish, and then if I'm right next to them, they'll tab to me and get dispersed, and we want to avoid that happening, so I'm trying to stay spread out. I can also support with life grip. I see as soon as my Shaman gets hodged, he's getting gripped. I grip him towards me, the priest is running at me, so I'm going to fade his fear, cast MD on the hodge. I still have PI up, so it's a relatively quick cast. During the Ret's wings, we just need to go full peel mode. Like, there's no point in me trying to put out damage during this point, because they're just going to walk all over us, and we need to be as defensive as possible. I toss my Shaman some heals, but he has Sharpen, so he's actually in some big trub. Looks like we recover with a kidney on the Ret and Earthen Wall for my Shaman, so that's a good opportunity for me to triple dot. The whole team is dotted now, throwing out that Shadow Crash on cooldown, trying to max dam. One more heal into my Shaman while he fleshcrafts. I see that the priest is going for Mind Games. My rogue kicks it, so I MC the next cast. He wills it, I MC him again, and I'm basically just stalling until my CC is up. As you can see, stun and silence are almost back up. We kidney the Ret, we shear the priest, stun the priest, I mind games, and kill the priest. Pretty quick game here. It's not always going to look that pretty, even though we made a couple of mistakes, but one thing I do want to point out is when you're playing against Ret Paladins, every time you stun the Ret Paladin, you absolutely need some kind of cover on the priest. So let's see what we do. We have the priest MC'd, so one reason why you want to kidney the Ret, so he cannot sank the priest out of CC. So we kidney the Ret, I stun the priest, and since the Ret has to bubble, I'm already just targeting the priest for the kill. But yeah, always want to line up those stuns and silences together with CC on the Ret, otherwise they just dispel it and you lose the value of the CC. Not a terrible game, but like I said, we can definitely make some more improvements and always learn from our mistakes, no matter how small they are. It is impactful, and especially when you're, I think, at the higher end of arena, learning how to beat the comps that kind of counter you is super important, and if you can smooth things out, you can definitely get the win. So just looking at the damage breakdown, like all I did was triple dot basically. I didn't even have a crazy like void form setup or anything, and I did top damage, just spreading damage and basically trying to rot the team and help your rogue get windows to land kills, essentially. That's what you want to do. Okay, here's another game against a really tough comp for RPS. I'm showing these comps specifically because this is what RPS struggles into, like warrior teams, right? Warrior, jungle. It's going to be hard. So yeah, here's our strategy. We are going to go on the Holy Priest. He's the only one that actually takes damage. The Hunter can remove our dots about every 15 seconds, so we're going to rule him out as a target. The Feral as a Necrolord is just way too tanky. We would much rather go on to the Priest and CC the Feral when we can. We kind of missed the opener because my recording program only records the last 3 minutes, but essentially the game just started kind of. Our rogue has used Vanish and Evasion, so he has no defensives. It's going to be up to me or my Shaman to save him, and we're going to coordinate who wants to life swap first and who wants to Spirit Link, stuff like that. So ideally, I look for Mind Games on the Feral when we CC the Priest, so I land the Mind Games on the Feral, I silence the Priest right as it hits. Unfortunately, I don't coordinate this with my rogue, and he kidneys right at the same time. But we get Trinket Fade here, so even though we fucked up, we're still forcing cooldowns, kind of like the other game, just small mistakes that we can clean up in the future. They're swapping to me now. I still have Fade and Disperse, but I'm going to avoid using that because I want to stay aggressive on this Priest. So I BM, Desperate Prayer, and I'm going to just kind of dot that Priest up, keep him purged if I can. I've got a 3-stack Shadow Mend from my Measured Contemplation Legendary. I do run this like exclusively into jungle because we need to keep our rogue alive. That's our only strategy, is just tunnel the Priest, keep the rogue alive, and there's no way that a Disc or a Holy Priest can out-heal an Assassin rogue if we make it to dampening, so we're going to play extra careful here. Door of Shadows into him, stun the Priest, and stun the Feral at the same time. This is perfect cross CC. I get the Mind Games off on the Guardian, which is awesome, so that Renew that would be healing him is going to be doing damage to him instead with Mind Games. If we proc the Guardian, we would have killed him with Mind Games. Otherwise, I'm looking to Mind Games the Feral. I did just try to grip the trap while the Shaman was rooted, so mistake on my part, but luckily I get the Triple Fear, and then I MD my Shaman out. Now my Void Form just ended. I've got a ton of Insanity going here. We DP the Priest once, DP him again, DP him a third time. This guy has 3 Devouring Plagues on him, and he's in a kidney shot, around half HP, so they're super scared here. It's up to my Shaman to interrupt the Feral, which he does. He shocks him, and I try to MC him, but if I don't have stun for the Feral or Fear, it's going to be harder to peel him because the shock doesn't last as long. So ideally, we're looking to kill him next setup here. If we take a look at the interrupt bar here, my Shaman grounds the trap or something. I fake the Feral on Mind Games. I Mind Games the Feral. I silence the Priest. Same thing I did earlier, but we clean it up here. We kidney off of the silence instead of overlapping it. The Feral starts Fleshcrafting, so he can't get CC'd. As soon as the Fleshcraft buff ends, I stun him, and we get the W there. So perfectly executed strategy. I still have Life Swap. My Shaman still had Trinket Link. Sometimes we even run Adapt into this as well, just because when the Priest is getting trained, he can't ever get fears, and the Shaman getting out of a trap every minute is pretty nice as well. So yeah, that's a good game for jungle. I might play some games with voice so you guys can hear how we coordinate our setups and just, what it sounds like when everything is crazy and going on. So I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I will provide a little bit more on the matchups, but then from there I'm going to play it with voice. All right, this is Windwalker Dk, Sea-Doo's team. Really rough for RPS actually. Just like the Ret Warrior team, we don't want to stack, especially on their cooldowns. If we get triple grip, blind, and leg swept, we're going to completely fall over and get decimated. There's a couple things you can do to avoid this as RPS. If they're hitting my rogue and they try to grip me in, I just fade as soon as I get gripped. If they're hitting me and they grip my rogue in, he either DFAs or shadow steps away to the Shaman or our Shaman. So we actually have ways to avoid this catastrophic triple blind leg sweep go, but we need to have insane reaction times and we need to know when they have it up. So just trying to track like grip and leg sweep on Omnibar is super important. I also need to be very cautious of when I fade or disperse against this team, because if I use fade and disperse on Mez's cooldowns, but I don't have anything for Serenity, Trill will kill me in 1 to 2 attacks. Like he will hit me for 17k and then a 15k straight back to back, and I will just fall over. So really important to be vocal and communicate with your Shaman who's going to use what. But as far as the strat goes, same thing, just triple dot, look for setups on the healer if their positioning is off, and try to drag them far away. Do not stack. Be very spread out. and play the long game because your damage adds up in dampening. So the fact that they're waiting right here is actually fine for us.
Log out.
Wish I had a second wild account. I could just tab over.
Yeah, you were booting it?
He's gonna get ganked in class. He's logging out. All right.
The next one to come out is getting set.
Yeah, I can move in a little bit if I can stay far on the right. I could open this monk now if you sap someone else.
I'm gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
I
preps.
Sorry.
Oh no, we're right next to each other. Just get away from me.
Alright, I'll just spell you now. Yeah.
I'm gonna silence the shaman right my
Cap
games
them all.
right
They're
now.
actually all rooted. Yeah, I'm watching this DK.
Grips me. Trying to jump out.
Nice.
DFA too.
Okay. I'm gonna try to bait grounding here with a hex. Got it. Bait grounding. I killed it. I'm gonna ground a
They're
streak.
still
I'm gonna earthen out.
Okay.
Okay.
I check it too.
Huge heal.
So on these
Nice,
things right
nice,
here,
nice.
these things
Hex. I cast. Oh, I already hexed. I'm trying big heals.
I probably should
Gonna read that?
Whoops, oops,
Should have
oops.
you in a sec.
Damn.
Yep. Good. Peeling back. Good
Okay,
position.
they're on Nesper.
Yeah. Should be
They're
alright.
hiding.
It's actually a good map for us. Try Serapi back there. I have you. Oh, he grips you back. Oh no.
I just
Not
dead
good, no.
anyways. IBM.
No. Sway you.
We're stacked
Give me
now.
Windwalker. Yeah.
Sounds the thing.
It's okay.
His zones.
That's on for that, yeah. Wasn't even Vendetta, that's huge.
Purging, just move backwards, Clay. Fuck it.
Yep. Huge lava
I'm
burst here.
running the shaman right now.
Yep, hexing.
I mind games him, bro. I almost killed him. I killed
Yeah.
Nice.
That's such a weird game. This was just like running away.
Yes, man.
We just
That's-
drag
I don't
him
want
out.
to get chill streaked.
No,
Literally.
it's the correct play. It's just such a.
Alright, that was kind of a funny game. They definitely had cooldown stuff, but you know, just set up those crazy mind games on shamans if they're playing MG or Nature's Guardian and they'll die. Here's an RPS matchup actually, which is super fun because you don't see RPS a ton on the ladder. So I was happy to be able to play a couple mirrors last night. We figured out that it's bad to go on the rogue. They went on me the first game. I got KD'd 5 times. The rogue got KD'd 5 times, and I just did less damage, and we lost and died. But then we went priest, and we found the win. So we're just gonna look to do as much damage as we can to the priest. Set up CC on the shaman when convenient. Help your sham get hexes when you can stun the sham, and your sham's out of CC. You can land good hexes, and eventually just win on damage. So let's check it out.
We can just control the
I'm gonna go
priest.
for combat instantly, I think, if I can.
Yeah, shaman's bait. My bad.
That's
Okay,
annoying. That's
that's
fine though,
good.
actually, because he's lying.
Okay.
He's not
Yeah,
sapping
Skyper
off
behind Phil.
either.
Stuns
Spelling
me.
silences me on it. Mind games. He
Fade.
doesn't dispelling you out of this. Got it?
Okay.
Not getting the mind games.
Trying to come get sham. I don't get.
I'm gonna cap off this.
Still road dotted.
Sure.
Big thing. Show me.
Blinds me. I'm gonna trinket this actually.
Okay.
Yes.
I BM you.
Rounding.
I do damage.
Trying to get the
boost,
PI.
I'm gonna
man.
trigger this. Just do
Sure.
damage.
One now.
Okay.
I do
Sounds
damage.
pretty good.
I just
Try to
agree.
tell you, Elliot.
Yes, on this thing. My
Okay.
guess priest.
Big damn sky free sound.
Check the
Base
vision.
cloak.
I'm back on priest now.
Nice.
Okay, trying to fear sham on global.
I'm gonna
Got him.
hex. Second hex. I get. Full hex.
Yeah, I'm killing rogue a bit. No cloak.
Yeah. Rogue
Vanishes.
vanishes.
Roads me.
Huge damage on them. Root them
No
over
trigger
there.
for me. I could D if you want
Have you.
it. Vendetta.
Charming. Grounding.
Press
Grounding
some
everything.
bomb.
Good.
Yeah.
It's Vendetta too.
Yeah, it's Vendetta. Casting on you. Okay, they overlapped everything. That's good.
One of those shrubs.
Your horror. Okay.
I send mine
It's gonna
now.
fade low.
Should be okay.
Good.
Okay.
Tranquil ground.
Got
And
it.
silence into you.
Hello?
He links.
That link.
Killed it.
Look at Rogue in one
Yep.
now.
Hex maybe.
I could
Shoots me.
stun shaman one.
Factory.
Stun shaman
Again.
down.
Okay.
Look for
Hex,
hex maybe,
casting,
not
casting. I get.
I'm stunned.
Have you, have you.
Dying. Okay.
Earther.
ZP.
On priest.
Shocks me.
Root him off for a sec.
Okay.
Sky Freeze, they're trying to
Shield you.
Flash.
And they're rogue
This
too.
rogue's dying. Rogue could die. Rogue could die. Yeah, trying to mind
Yeah.
games him.
Swap the Nesper.
I have a
Nice,
theory
nice.
to you. Nothing him maybe.
Falling.
Silence me.
Got it.
He can side range of
Can't
ground.
get the grounding.
Not cranking him.
Yeah, priest dead.
Hexing. I get.
Okay.
It's over. Big game. It's all pressure. Like the fact that he has to dispel, I can get off the VT, coordinate stuns.
Yeah.
I can run them over.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's really fun for me to make. We played last night and we won most of our games, so definitely looking forward to some more RPS streams. If you guys want to follow the stream at twitch.tv/stopsp. I'm probably one of the only Shadow Priests that streams almost every night at the highest ratings possible. I won't say I'm the best Shadow Priest, but I am the only one streaming, so definitely come check it out. There's a lot of fun to be had, and I answer every question in the chat and in my Discord too if you want to join the Discord. Link is in the description. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'll just let it run out with the voice, and I'll catch you guys next time. Stay tuned for more content. Let me know as well what you want to see in terms of guides or commentary.
I'm trying to step to you.
Okay, damn it. Good step, good step.
I'll fade this MC off your priest.
I can maybe re. No, I can't.
Yeah, he's taking fat cock. I'm gonna top you
Yeah,
up.
so's my
Kill
boy.
you. Got you.
I'm seeing priest for a sec.
Just
Yeah,
hiding
I
I'm
back
stopped my
here.
games. I stopped my games.
Nice. So good, so good. Trying to kill that banner.
I'll stop
Gonna
priest
Earthen
with
is here.
this.
You should be
I
alright. You should be
pay for
alright.
this. I kidney this guy off, and then I
Good.
bomb it.
Sky
My
free.
game's coming.
No cap, no cap. Okay.
No, no
Going for the
game's
hex.
coming.
I get it. Full hex.
Good. I got kicked on MD. It's coming off now. Deathlin.
Alright. That's cool.
Nice.
How is this 3K?